the law of attraction is responding to what you are giving your attention to. The law of attraction is responding to what your inner being is giving attention to. And you and your inner being are really one who have the potential of two perspectives, but your inner being will never look at what you think is wrong. Ever. So when you do, you cause an unnecessary vibrational split or discord or resistance within you, and that's what negative emotion is. Your inner being will not join you in your worrisome thoughts. So once you understand that, and you understand that you are constantly having new exposure to new life, which is causing you to launch new rockets, and that your inner being is focused upon those new rockets of desire, and that the law of attraction is responding to this powerful focus of your inner being. Now, think about what that means. Your inner being, this source that is really who you are, is now focused on your behalf on what you want. How wonderful is that? And the law of attraction is responding to every vibration and every source of vibration. Every thinker of every thought is being answered by the law of attraction. So the law of attraction is responding to your thoughts, which may be worrisome, maybe not, and the thought of your inner being, which is never worrisome. It's always forward looking. It's always progressively looking. It's always looking toward what you have newly asked for. So as your inner being is looking at what you want, the law of attraction is therefore gathering all of the cooperative components to what you want, lining up everything for you to discover along your path of least resistance. Ooh, hear those words. Your path of least resistance, you just got to know, is the path that your inner being is focused upon. Your inner being is paving the way, clearing the brush, getting everything ready for you for your discovery of it. It's a wonderful path of ease and flow, but you humans, you are so determined to struggle in order to justify your existence. And so you'll choose the hard way, usually because you think it will bring you more reward. You ought to know by the way it feels, it's not rewarding you. You're punishing yourself unnecessarily. You're not taking the path of least resistance. That would be like getting on an open highway and moving to where you want to go, or saying, no, I think I'll go cross country today. I've got my fence clippers. I'll clip the farmers' fences and I'll drive through the ditches and I'm going to go the hard way. And we say, for the sake of adventure, that might be fun sometimes, but really the path of least resistance is the path of most satisfaction, because what the path of least resistance means is you've asked for it, your inner being is all over it, the law of attraction is responding to your inner being, the pathway is clear for you, and if you are in vibrational sync with your inner being, then impulses are occurring to you that are leading you joyfully and with confidence in the direction of what you want. And a life like that is really a lovely state of being, where you receive an impulse, feels good to you. You're wise enough to know that this good feeling means that there's no resistance within you right now. So that must mean you're in sync with your inner being, and your inner being is in sync with your desire and all of the cooperative components, which means you're up to speed with who you are. You're tuned in, tapped in, turned on, and the thoughts that are therefore occurring to you under those conditions are flowing right to you from Source, who sees the big picture, and off you go with confidence in the direction of what you want. And that's what you would call living happily ever after. It's what we call deliberate creation. It's what we call being who you really are, doing what you came to do. It's what we call you understanding the laws of the universe, you understanding who your inner being is, you understanding your relationship with your inner being, you understanding what your emotional guidance system is, you caring about the way you feel, and here it is, most important of all, you not beating up on yourself for where you are, but instead satisfied with where you are as you are eager about where you're going. No regrets, no justification, no defensiveness, no explanation about where you are. Oh, inner being, thank you for holding the vision of where I want to be, but I think I will just stay over here, beat it up on myself a little while longer because I didn't get there sooner, or because I didn't know about it sooner, or because I have habits of thought that are in my way. Your inner being isn't giving you any attention when you feel that way, because your inner being never, ever, 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 ever asks for one moment of justification from you. And when you are justifying or defending or rationalizing, then you're looking at what you don't want and trying to explain why you're where you don't want to be. And since your inner being never does that with you, then you're someplace your inner being is not. In other words, your focus has you not disconnected, because you can't disconnect from your source energy. But you can pinch yourself off pretty good. And when you do, you don't feel very good, do you? So now you know everything we know that matters to you, because there isn't anything beyond that. Understanding that you're more than you see, and that you are source energy, and that life will cause you to continue to ask for more. And that's what evolution of all species is about. And when asking occurs within you, that your inner being focuses in the direction of it. And when you focus in the direction of it, you feel wonderful as you're moving along. You're not ever going to get it done. None of us do, because we are all eternal beings. And so it's such a nice thing to know that there will always be, while you're here in your human form, there will always be somewhat of a gap between what you have newly asked for and what you've practiced enough that you are vibrationally completely in alignment with, so that it has come into your experience in all aspects. Your thoughts are continually turning to things, because that's what this leading edge experience is all about. You are leading edge creators. You're out here on the leading edge, and so is your inner being. Your inner being is out here on the leading edge with you, through you. You're not separate from your inner being. Your inner being isn't in heaven, feet dangling over clouds, waiting for you to catch up. It's not like that at all. Your inner being is interested and eager about the new discoveries that you are making, just like you said you would. You said, I'll go forth and I'll explore the contrast with more intimacy and more detail. And your inner being said, and we will remain here non-physically focused. And once you discover something that isn't the way that you want it to be, you'll launch clarity about what you do want. And your inner being also said, you will launch a rocket of desire, but you will not be able to, in the very beginning of the launching of that desire, you won't be up to speed with it because it is too new for you, but it's not too new for us. We will know what you are asking for, and we will hold the frequency of it. And law of attraction will respond to the frequency of it. And so your new desire will be in the state of becoming. This state of becoming, this vibrational reality, is so vivid to us and so important to us that we've given it a name. We call it the vortex. Your vortex of creation, your vibrational reality. So important, we wrote 2 books about it. Your vibrational reality, your vortex, where all things that you have asked for are in the state of becoming. The only question that we think would be of value for you to ask yourselves is, while all of these cooperative components are being gathered, are you one of them? Are you a cooperative component to your own desire? If you're feeling great, you are. If you're not feeling so great, you're not. It really is that simple. Let's talk for just a moment. We've not done this before. Let's chew together for just a moment about what a cooperative component might look like. So see with us for a moment the sea of physical experience, all of humanity, and focus for just a moment on someone who, for a justified reason, feels vulnerable in this moment. In human form, feeling vulnerable. Now, first of all, the very empty feeling of vulnerability is just the feeling you get when you're focused upon something your inner being isn't focused upon. It's not about the reality that you say is making you feel vulnerable. Vulnerable feeling is simply you vibrating in a way that doesn't let you feel the fullness of your inner being, even though your inner being is focused with you. So since you're holding your inner being away, you feel vulnerable. But let's set all of that concept aside. We know you understand that. Let's just focus for a moment on you feel vulnerable about something. So now, just like in this vortex where your inner being is and all the cooperative components are being gathered, the law of attraction is gathering cooperative components. Now, your inner being's got a way big head start. Your inner being is so powerful. Your inner being is pure positive energy. And so the cooperative components that are being gathered in this vibrational reality by your inner being toward who you have actually become is enormously larger than whatever your point of attraction is in your human form. You have no real power unless you are in concert with your inner being. Can you feel that? But just the same, you can gather together with a whole bunch of other humans, and you can feel vulnerable, and you can get a good stream of things that match vulnerability coming your way. So let's just for a moment talk about what cooperative components might gather around someone who feels vulnerable. Mad people, aggressive drivers, lack of clarity, those people that you want to call bumbling idiots. We're just saying. What are cooperative components to the feeling of vulnerability? Well, you're kind of going to find out, because if you feel vulnerable, they've been showing up in your experience. Traffic patterns don't flow for you. You find yourself not in good timing with the lights. You miss your exit. You take the wrong turn. You do all kinds of things that are a vibrational match to that feeling of vulnerability. How about overwhelmment? What kind of cooperative components are there to overwhelmment? Some of these things that we just pointed out to you. We just want you to notice that however you're feeling, cooperative components are supporting how you feel. And that's why you believe in the reality that you believe in, because you thought it was going to be that way, and then it was that way, and now you are so happy that you've confirmed that you are psychic and that you were right. I knew that was going to happen. I knew you were going to say that mean thing to me. I just knew that's the way you were going to respond to me. I just knew it. And so we're just saying that you might want to begin to take a little more ownership than might be comfortable at first in what's coming to you, because there is no assertion in this attraction-based universe. There's only attraction. There are not others out there asserting their awfulness or their orneriness or their badness or their meanness or their disrespect or their whatever. No one's asserting that into your experience. But you think there is assertion because you keep getting things that you don't want. And you think that because things are coming to you that you don't want, that there must be assertion, because you wouldn't do that to you. But you are. It's only attraction. And once you see something or receive something or live something that you don't want, and you decide to say, wait a minute, let me see. How do I really feel about that? Sort of try to get ahead of your defensiveness, ahead of the usual rhetoric that you offer, where you really acknowledge, oh, wait a minute, I was feeling that way, a match to that, and therefore nobody asserted that into my experience. Law of attraction matched me up because I was a cooperative component to it. Now you're in power. Now you're in control. Now you're in charge of your own experience. In the moment that you accept that there's no assertion, that there's only attraction, and that if it's coming to you, you are a cooperative component to what's coming, and then you let your decision be to be a cooperative component to things that feel like love, and a cooperative component to things that feel like fun, and a cooperative component to things that feel like clarity. And you start practicing them. Practice with easy things first. Don't test yourself. And the universe will show you what you are a vibrational match to. So law of attraction abounds. And you are the point of the law of attraction, but you are 2 points of it. There's the inner being attraction and there's the you attraction. And every time you ask for something, your inner being knew what you meant and began attracting to you that. And when you hold yourself in not cooperation, then you feel that discord. It's about you and you. It's not about you and anybody else. And once you get that, oh yeah, they misbehave, and then you have a knee-jerk response to them. We get why you think it has something to do with them. But it really has very little to do with them. It's all about you.